Hello folks, well, it's here. The real deal Amphibia. We're going to have a look at that in a second. So here we are, we're back again, and you can see this is an 090 cased Amphibia. I thought this was the 710, but it's not. It's a shame. But I mean, this was a service watch. Whatever else, whoever wore it would have worn it officially. I've got it on the Vostok Tank Commander's old surplus strap, just for the time being. This is a 1985 watch. As you can see there's a nice bit of inscription. Everything works. A little slip of paper that came with it said it had been serviced recently. It's keeping absolutely spotless time. I waited for the waited for the International Atomic Time to get to where the second hand was, and then just as it was going, I gave it a wind, and then another wind, and it picked up just at the same time as International Atomic Time was showing the seconds. So then when it went to 0, I then set the hour and the minutes, and we are currently locked on perfectly, and for the last 2 and a bit hours, hasn't lost a thing. So that's good. The hands are in desperate need of something. They're not supposed to be that kind of red. That's actually what happens when a Vostok loom dies. It turns like an orange. The loom dots as well on the dial are gone. So, and I've got this there. I do have a replacement dial for this, a radio room dial, and I've got a pair of arrow hands, but I haven't got a spare second hand. So I'm kind of like, do I want to do that? Do I want to keep it original? And to be honest, I quite like it. The only thing I will probably do is I will probably see if I've got another one of these bezels, because the bezel's a bit tired. I mean, it does have a loom pip in there somewhere. It's a bit squished. But as you can see, the brass is beginning to show on the bezel. You won't see it on the case because it's a stainless steel case. And it's got a shroud strap ends. Yeah, it is a very, very significant watch. The crystal's going to be changed, but what I'm going to do with that crystal is once it's out, I'm going to give it an opportunity to give it a really, really good polish, and that means I've got a spare crystal for another Amphibia. It's just finding the cases for them, because if you look there, there's one lug there and there's another lug there. If you refer to one of my other videos, Amphibia versus Komandurski, Komandurskis don't have 2 lugs, they only have 1, whereas Amphibias have 2, so that the back case can settle better, like up against its seal, where the Komandurski doesn't quite do that. There it says an inscription from 1985. As this is a Soviet beast, this is. This is one of my Grail, Grail Vostoks. Look, I do want a 710. I assumed this was the 710, but I'd actually looked at some pictures which were actually referencing, like I thought, that this was a 710, and it wasn't. So it's a bit of a disappointment in that respect, but not really, because this is an absolute stonking great big chunk of Russian watch. 1985, how old was I? 16, 17, 18, coming up, like, I was all like, we was all still scared of the Soviets who would have been wearing this. Every day was like we were told, right, the Russians could nuke us to oblivion any time now. Yeah, never happened. Now, the dial itself doesn't look too bad, so I'm quite pleased with that. So I think it may end up keeping its dial. if I don't put the radio room on it. I don't know. I really am kind of... This watch is original, and I quite like having something old and original. I'm not one of these patina blokes like now and going, oh, like, keep the patina on it, like, you know. I mean, if you've got something like a car or something like that, you want to make it absolutely looking the best, don't you? Who wants to be seen driving around in a rusty car? Like what's the point? Let's the same with like old Lambrettas and stuff. Like people say, oh, God, keep the patina on it. Well, no, actually, no. I don't like the idea of that. I want my Lambretta to shine. I want it to look good. And so people say, oh, wow, that's a nice looking Lambretta. What they usually say is, oh, I like your Lambretta. What they're really saying inside, say, well, doesn't it look like a piece of shit? Like, you know. Anyway, that's me digressing again. South London talk, you know what it's like. You know what I mean, geezer? So, there you go, like, this is a 090 Vostok Amphibia. It's very likely used by a serviceman, because there's a service name on there, like in one of the letters. It was given to somebody in love, so... But it's absolutely stonking little thing. And don't forget, this is 200 metres, like waterproof, guaranteed. I mean, I'd have to like test it first, like change the seal in the crown, seals on the back, make sure they're not torn, and make sure that the case back is screwed down to the right strength, because you don't want it too tight because you'll warp the case, but you don't want it too loose because it just won't seal. Who knows? But I reckon I can get that crystal looking good again. But it's got to come out. Well, there you go. It's the one I've been waiting for. So it's not the last case one I'm going to get. So I do want a 710. So that will be my next thing. But that'll be the new year now. I've only got the Orient to come and a couple of other bits and pieces. But there's no more. Big stuff coming. You know, until the new year. So, you know, got to get Christmas over and done with. Keep the daughters happy, keep the cats happy, granddaughter happy. So, there we go. I will see you in the next one. Bye.